Om Sai Ram. Sri Sai Sacharita, Chapter 21. Stories of V.H. Thakur, Anantrao Pathankar, and Pandharpur Pleader. In this chapter, Hemant Pant relates the stories of Vinayak Harishchandra Thakur, B.A. Anantrao Pathankar of Pune, and a pleader from Pandharpur. All these stories are very interesting, which, if we carefully read and grasp, will lead the readers to spiritual path. Preliminary. It is a general rule that it is our good luck in the form of accumulation of the merits of the past birth that enables us to seek the company of the saints and benefit thereby. As an illustration of this rule, Hemant Pant gives his own instance. He was a resident magistrate of Bandra, a suburban in Mumbai, for many years. A famous Mohammedan saint named Pir Maulana was living there, and many Hindus, Parsis, and many others who followed different religions used to go to him and take his darshan. His priest by the name Yunus pressed Hemant Pant many a time for going to see him, but for some reason or other he was not able to see him. After many years, his turn came and he was called to Shirdi, where he was permanently enrolled in Sai Baba's Darbar. Unfortunate people do not get such contact of the saints. It is only the fortunate ones that get it. Institution of the saints. There have been institutions of saints in the world from time to time. Various saints appear, incarnate themselves in various places to carry out the missions allotted to them. But though they are working in different places, they are, as it was one. They work in unison under the common authority of the Almighty Lord and know fully well what each of them is doing in his place and supplement his work where necessary. An instance illustrating this is given below. Mr. Thakur, Mr. V.H. Thakur, B.A., a clerk in the revenue department, and he once came to the town named Vadgaon near Belgaon, the south of Mysore, along with a survey party. There he saw a canary saint, Appa, and bowed before him. The saint was explaining a portion of the book Vichar Sagar of Nischal Das, a standard book on Vedanta, to the audience. When Thakur was taking his leave to go to say bye, he told him, "You should study this book, and if you do so, your desires will be fulfilled. And when you go to the north in discharge of your duties in future, you will come across a great saint by your fortune, and then he will show you the future path and give rest to your mind and make you happy." Then when he was transferred to Junnar, where he had to go by crossing Nahe Ghat, this ghat was very steep and difficult, and no other conveyance other than a buffalo was used in crossing it. So he had to take a buffalo ride through the ghat, which was most inconvenient to him. Then he was transferred on promotion to Kalyan, and there he got acquainted with Nana Sahib Chandorkar. He heard about Sai Baba from him and wished to see him. Next day, Nana Sahib had to go to Shirdi and asked Thakur to accompany him. He could not do so, as he had to attend a Thana civil court for civil case. So Nana Sahib went alone. Thakur went to Thana, but there was a case which was postponed. Then he repented for not accompanying Nana Sahib. Still he left for Shirdi, and when he reached there, he found that Nana Sahib had already left the place the previous day. Some of his friends whom he met there took him to Baba. He saw Baba, fell at his feet and was overjoyed. His eyes was full of tears and his hair stood on end. And then after a while, the omniscient Baba said to him, "The path to this place is not so easy as the teachings of the canary saint Appa, or even as the buffalo ride of the Nahe Ghat. In this spiritual path, you have to put in your best exertion. It is very difficult." When Thakur heard the significant words, which only he knew, he was overwhelmed with joy. He came to know that the word of canary saint had turned true. Then, joining both his hands and placing his head on Baba's feet, he prayed that he should be accepted and blessed. Then Baba said, "What Appa told you is all right, but these things have to be practiced and lived. Mere reading won't do. You have to think and carry out what you read. Otherwise, it is of no use. Mere book learning without the grace of the Guru and self-realization is of no avail." The theoretical portion was read from the work Vichar Sagar, but Thakur, by the practical way, was shown to him in Shirdi. Another story given below will bring out this truth more forcibly. Anantrao Pathankar. One gentleman from Pune by the name Anantrao Pathankar wished to see Baba. He came to Shirdi and took Baba's darshan. His eyes were satisfied and he was very much pleased. He fell at Baba's feet, and after performing proper worship, said Baba. I have heard, read a lot, studied Veda, Vedantas, Upanishads, and heard all the Puranas, but still I have not got any peace of mind. So I think all my reading was useless. Simple, ignorant, devout persons are better than myself. Unless the mind becomes calm, all book learning is of no avail. I have heard from many people that you easily give peace of mind to many people by your mere glance and potent words. So I have come here. Please take pity on me and bless me. Then Baba told him a parable which is as follows. Parable of the 9 balls of stool. Navavidya Bhakti. Once a merchant came here. Before him a mare passed her stool 9 balls of stones. The merchant, intent on his quest, spread the end of his dhota and gathered all the 9 balls in it. Thus he got concentration, that is peace of mind. Mr. Patnankar could not make out the meaning of the story, so he asked Ganesh Damodar, alias Dada Kelkar, "What does Baba mean by this?" He replied, "I too do not know all that Baba says and means, but at his inspiration, I say what I come to know. The mare is God's grace, and the 9 balls excreted are the 9 forms or types of bhaktis. Shravana, that is hearing. Kirtana, that is praying. Smarana, that is remembering. Padasevana, resorting to the feet of the Lord. Archana, that is worship. Namaskara, that is bowing. Dasya, that is service. Sankhya, that is friendship. And Atma Nivedana, the surrender of the self. These are the 9 types of bhaktis. If any of these is faithfully followed, the Lord Hari will be pleased and manifest himself in their home of the devotee. All the sadhanas, the japa, vocal worship, the tapa, the penance, the yoga, all these practices and studying of the scriptures and expounding them are of quite useless unless they are accompanied by bhakti, devotion. Knowledge of the Vedas or fame accompanied with the great Jnani is a mere formal bhajan. It is of no avail. What is wanted is full devotion. Consider yourself as a merchant, seeker after the truth, and be anxious and eager, like him, to cultivate the 9 types of devotion. Then you will attain stability and peace of mind. Next day, when Patankar went to Baba for salutation, he was asked whether he collected the 9 balls of stool. Then he said that he, being a poor fellow, should first be graced by Baba and he would be enabled to collect them. Then Baba blessed him and comforted him, saying that he would attain peace and welfare. After hearing this, Patankar became very overjoyed and happy. The Pandharpur Pleader. We shall close this chapter with a short story showing Baba's omniscience and is using it for correcting people, setting them on the right path. Once a pleader from Pandharpur came to Shirdi and went to the masjid, saw Sai Baba, fell at his feet and without being asked offered some dakshina and sat in a corner eager to hear Baba's talk that was going on. Then Baba turned his face towards him and said, "How cunning the people are. They fall at the feet, offer dakshina, but abuse behind the back. Is this not amazing?" This remark actually fitted the pleader. It was a cap that he had to wear. None understood the remark. The pleader grasped it but kept silent. And when returned to the Vada, the pleader said to Kaka Sahib Dikshit, "What Baba remarked was perfectly right. That dart or remark was aimed at me. It was a hint to me that I should not indulge in reveling or scandalizing others, calling by names. When the sub-judge or Munif of Pandharpur, Mr. Nulkar, came and stayed here for the improvement of his health, a discussion about this matter was going on in the bar room at Pandharpur. It was said or discussed that whether the ailment for which sub-judge suffered were ever likely to be got rid of without any medication by mere going to Sai Baba, and whether it was proper for the educated man like a sub-judge to recourse to such a method. The sub-judge was taken to task. He was criticized, and so also was Sai Baba. I also took part in the affair, and now Sai Baba showed me the impropriety of my conduct. Thus, it is not to rebuke me, but to favor me, a lesson that I should not indulge in any scandal or slander of others, and not interfere unnecessarily in others' affairs. Shirdi is about 100 kos, 4.8 kilometers away from Pandharpur. Still, Baba, by his omniscience, knew what transpired there in the bar room. The intervening places, the rivers, the jungles, the mountains, were no bar for his all-pervading sight, and he could see and read the heart of all. There was nothing secret or veiled from him. Everything far and near was open and clear to him, as broad daylight. Let a man be far or near, he cannot avoid the all-pervasive gaze of Sai Baba. From this incident, the pleader took the lesson that he should never speak ill of others or unnecessarily criticize. Thus, his evil tendency was completely got rid of, and he was set on the right path. Though the story refers to the pleader, still it is applicable to all. All should therefore take this lesson to the heart and benefit thereby. Sai Baba's greatness is unfathomable, so are his wonderful Leelas. His life is also rich, and also that he is a Paramatma, that is God incarnate. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.